all. I'm telling you, when no one enters the stream, I'm telling you, I know it's because the quality's bad. So it's just really easy. Let me look. Let me turn this phone back on. I got some coffee. I'm gonna make a coffee. So I'm gonna do a lot of talking, okay, guys? Like, I'll tell you, I'm gonna be playing the piano. Like, I gotta eat still. I want to do all this shit. I'm leaving too, so this is why I want to get this shit done now. I can play the piano when I go back home. But I'm just saying, okay, I'll have to play by 10, so that's my goal. Maybe 10:30. I'm gonna start playing. Definitely a good hour. I'm gonna go over my church music and stuff. And then I gotta find a piece. I'm thinking, man, I should have taken a picture of the piece today. I went thrifting, of course. I just say I go thrifting all the time now, okay, guys? And so that's obviously why I got this new monitor, which I'll show you guys here in a second. You know, I'm always on the lookout for sheet music books too. And I'll just say sheet music books is probably one of the rarest things in the thrift store. You know, you can always find CDs and videotapes and even classical videotapes. You know, I've gotten a lot of classical videotapes, okay? And DVDs, a couple Blu-rays, not so much the video games, but every now and then you get a good video game or you get a weird video game find like my Wii, which is going to be a whole thing. I'll just say, please stay tuned because in January when I come back, I'm going to be modding my Wii on top of, man, and then I'm going to put every single fucking game on that bitch. I'm going to hook up a fucking, like, I don't know, however many 2 terabyte drive, I don't know, at least 2 terabytes, you know, to have hooked up to that home brew. And I got all these controls. I've been just buying so much bullshit, and I haven't even turned the system on once, you know? So, anyways, that's kind of how it is. I just want to be overwhelmed with all the product at one time. And, you know, I guess if it doesn't work, then I'll be overwhelmed with it not working, you know? So, but here we go. Let's see if anybody's entering my streams now since I've turned my Wi-Fi back on. I'm just saying I'm going to turn it off here in a second because I'll show you why. But I'm just saying, I noticed no one enters the streams when the quality's bad. Okay, look, I got one person in here now. Cool, that's cool. So let me make this coffee, and you know, just the way it has to be, guys. I cannot really be playing music at all. Even the TV. That's what I'm saying. Like almost all of my copyright claims have been because of my television actually in the background. Now, like I said, this copyright claim is probably from that Rimsky-Korsakov I played this morning, like at 3 a.m. But I'm just saying, more often than not, I'm getting copyright claim for like the Star Trek episodes, you know, just whatever else I'm watching. So I'm gonna make some coffee real quick, guys. I'm gonna leave this angle right here too because I don't want you to see all my dirty dishes over here. Okay? I mean, they're not horribly dirty, but I'm just saying it's not organized. So one of the large reasons, if you guys look now, see my coffee, this is the coffee maker I bought a few years ago, and you know, I wiped it down and cleaned it out and everything since I'm using it again now, but I have not used it in almost like 2.5 years, ever since I got that espresso machine. Actually, this is cool. This is still warm. I mean, it's not really hot, but it's definitely warmer than room temperature. I made this coffee like at 9 a.m. guys. This is almost 12 hours later. Anyways, like I said, I paid like $60 for this coffee maker, which I'm saying is I never buy stuff full price, you know, unless it's just an item I know I'm going to like just be using. And so the coffee maker was, you know, when I first got this coffee maker, I did use this coffee maker for like 1.5 years until I started realizing I never went to the thrift store actually until just kind of recently, you know, more so within like the last 1.5 years. But I've been living here for years, like decades. And I never went to this store, guys. So, anyways, let me pop this in the microwave. I definitely like my coffee hot. So I like my coffee hot, but I don't like it very sweet. And like one of my past coffee talks or whatever, I explained that for the first time this whole year, okay, I wanted to put sugar in my coffee, and you know the way I like it is with the condensed milk. And I was out I was at Walmart, and this was right after Thanksgiving and right before Christmas. I could not find any condensed milk at all, non-fat or regular fat. It was all gone. And then I went down a couple, like, because all the canned stuff is it's in a similar aisle. I don't know why. I went behind the tomatoes, the canned tomatoes, and there was a can which I have in my refrigerator. I'm not going to take it out because my camera's right in front of there. But it was like a dented can. You know, obviously, I'll just say people don't want dented cans, and actually the can was dented so much to where it did not work with my good can opener, which is what I want to show you guys too. Now I thrifted this too. I thrifted this can opener. This is the OXO can opener. I had no idea how to use this, guys. I felt so stupid. I had to go onto a YouTube video to know how to use this. Anyways, but what I like about it is it cuts the lid off your cans without a sharp edge. And then you use this little tooth right here. This is what I had to YouTube about. I was like, what is this for? At first, I thought you were supposed to like cut an edge into the can. You know, like the really, really old cans where you got to put that little needle in there and turn it. And I was like, but why would they do something like that with such a modern item? And anyway, so this is so when it's done cutting, you can lift it up. And anyways, I love this can opener because one, it's a little bit tricky to get on top of the can until you know how it works. There's a magnet. Okay, that's kind of the key. Is you got to let the lip hit the magnet, and once the magnet is correctly on the lip, then it closes perfectly. And then what I'm saying, it's real easy to turn. I've never had a can that was hard to turn. Okay, except for cans that were bent. And then the edge is completely smooth, and you can reuse the cap. That's what I'm talking about. So I was unable to take off the top, so I had to put like a butter dish on the bottom of the can because, you know, condensed milk is really dirty, okay? If you're not using it all at once. And then another lid. And sometimes you use a Pringles lid or a cat food can lid. I don't have those at the moment. And then ever since I've gotten this, I never use those Pringle caps anymore because the original cap fits so perfectly back on. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is now that shit is just in my refrigerator, and yeah, I don't know how long it's gonna stay in there, but there's a mixture of it too. I don't like how it tastes with this watered down coffee. The coffee is not dark enough and concentrated enough for me to put the ratio of the extreme bitterness and I don't know if you call it the terpenes or whatever of the coffee aren't enough. Okay. So also I turned off this fan. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's extremely annoying. But I have it constantly blowing into my basement because I'm telling you, it's the only way to even the temperature out. And there's a heater right here. But what I'm saying, what it does is because, believe me, I could cut off every vent in my house and just have 100%. I have vents in my basement, okay, and have 100% of the heat go into the basement, and it would not heat it up. And what I'm saying, and it's because all the walls are so cold and it's underground. So it's like though you have all this heat coming out through the center on all four sides and on the bottom, I'm saying through the floor, you're having this cold go through. And so that's what I'm saying. Constantly having the fan, I'm not lying, it makes a 5-degree difference in my basement. I lived here for the first 2 years and I've always been freezing in my basement. And you know, I usually have a heater. And now this year, I found out that the way they fluctuate the gas here, it's more beneficial and cheaper for me to just keep my house really hot, okay, in the winter. I don't know why they do this, okay, because come the summer, I cook like one dish and then my bill goes to like $300 fucking dollars, okay. Right now, all I'm trying to say is I keep the heat on all the fucking time, and it's like barely half that. It's like 120, okay. So which just states that's kind of what I'm aiming for. Anyways, but now since I have this industrial fan, which I got for free, by the way. So there's a lock nut or chuck nut or whatever for the little fan blade. It is an all metal fan too, by the way. Even the blades are metal. I'm just saying this is the most expensive type of fan you can have. Every other fan well, I'll just say you can still buy all metal fans, but when you go to Walmart or wherever, you're going to see that the ones that have that they have a metal cage, but then they're gonna have plastic blades, or vice versa. And they have metal blades, and then that's usually what it is: metal blades, and then a plastic, or it's all plastic. And you'll see that the all plastics are the most cheapest and the most all metals and the most industrial fans. And that's what I'm saying. That's what this one is. So I got it for free, and I was like, "What's wrong with it?" I forgot what I was picking up from this lady's house. I bought something from her off Facebook Marketplace. I forgot what it was. It's music related, okay? And she had this shit on her lawn. And I was just like, man, fuck, I'm taking this shit. You know, and then anyways, I took it home and I plugged it in. I was like, okay, nothing is wrong with this motor at all. Okay? In her house, you could tell that this thing came, it was only dirty because she had brought it outside, okay? I'm not lying. It was only dirty because it had been outside for a couple hours. But like, as far as the blades and everything, it's like, her house had zero dust. I just guess they must have really, she either dust and vacuums all the time, which some people do, or she doesn't have any pets. Because I'm saying, like, with me, there's always the buildup on everything. Like, it's everywhere with the hair, so I'm not even gonna get started, but especially on fans, okay? And anyways, so I plugged it in. I was like, oh my god, this motor is legit. Like, it's a powerful motor, electric motor. Because that's the other thing about, they're really, I'll just say the greatest example is like that keyboard. You know, I'll just say back in the day, even a kid's keyboard would have like nice, like a 2 ounce, 3 ounce magnet. Okay, the magnet that they put in there wasn't even an ounce. Okay, in that digi thing. And I hope you guys saw the picture. Literally, how much bigger the magnet was that I put into that I upgraded the speaker. And it's running off the same power, and it's too bad you guys can't hear it in person how different it is. But one, also having the stereo, having both of them on, because when I first bought that keyboard, only the left one was on. I had to solder the other, a couple wires, whatever, back together. But to have both and come out, and it's still mono, but it's just a completely different effect. Because it's like I feel like I'm surrounded by the sound sitting in front of that keyboard now, and it's so loud. That's what I'm saying. It's so loud. What you guys don't hear in the phone, and what I dislike, maybe you'll hear it in some of it. Like if you go and eat in my most recent flute concert, Certietta, there you'll hear like a minute and a half in or something. Like the volume normalization. That's what I'm saying. This is why I fucking hate Apple. Okay, because you cannot control the audio on the mic, and it's always fucking just normalizing it. Like if I were to get really, really far back and start speaking quiet, it's gonna immediately put a huge fucking gain. And then immediately if I stand up and come really close, it's gonna completely lower the gain. And then you're gonna hear it. It just flips on and off like a switch. I fucking can't stand it. So again, I fucking hate Apple. I hate so many fucking things about Apple. I only use it out of fucking necessity, and like it's like the government built this road. Okay, what other fucking choice do I have? You know, Android. Okay, and like I said, I don't like Android because, I mean, I fucking hate that shit too. It's because there's so much vulnerability. Like the reason I stick with Apple, I guess, is because it's just much more secure. That's just plain and simple how it is. Much more secure than Android. You don't gotta worry about shit being hacked all the fucking time. They update. You know, yeah, they update fucking way too fucking much, but there's always an update. You know, and it's legit and it's safe. And everybody's getting it, and if there is something wrong with the update, I always wait and go into the forums and read the forums, you know, and then people will complain about it first, you know, unlike Android where it could just be anything, you know. So anyways, so I don't know if that came into the video when it was beginning, so I'm upgrading. I got a lot of upgrades for this T3500 today, okay? We're truly bringing this bitch into the modern age, okay? And the biggest thing is I had the whole spiel about modems, whatever, 56K, but this is the whole adapter. I can't believe how small it is. There's a USB port on the motherboard. I'm going to shove that in there, and it's going to be like the motherboard natively had Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, you know. And again, this thing's from 2009, 2010, I guess it's kind of like a modular type of design. So anyways, I'm just so amazed. I'm really excited to use it. All the reviews for this, by the way, on Amazon, I had like 147 reviews, and it was like a 4.7 rating. And everyone was saying, okay, yeah, so whatever, I'm gonna use it. And that's what we're using. I got a new monitor here, so I'll be able to raise the resolution. The other thing is why I want it, why I told you guys I did not essentially. I'm gonna keep my like home server and gaming and productivity computers essentially offline because they're just a home server. But I do need to update it. And what I'm saying is one is the video drivers. And so I don't know, saying it needed to update. So I'm gonna let it do updates, and also it's just gonna make it so much easier to be able to download shit to put on here rather than having to transfer stuff between discs and everything. And yeah, I love discs and stuff, but I do understand the drawback, and it just, again, it was so much faster to install this off USB. I just didn't have a double layered DVD. Okay, those are some of the hardest things to find. Okay, double layered DVD, and why the fuck would Microsoft do that? And knowing that literally nobody has double layered DVDs. Everybody has a double layered DVD burner, but please tell me who has in their life has burned a double layered disc. Okay. Anyways, talking about discs, there's these new discs coming out. It's crazy. I want to get one of these drives. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna put it in here. But it's depending on the disc, you essentially pay more for the density or something. But like it's like 120 gigabytes per Blu-ray or something. I forget what it's called. But I was like, that is some massive disc storage, and I'm just saying that's what I want and that's what I need. I also have a tape drive, guys, a 36 gigabyte tape drive. It's again, I have I think 5 or 6 other desktop computers that are like way cooler than this one too. They all got cases and lights and bullshit and fans, and I'll just say they're not Dells. I hate fucking Dells. I have a affinity for compacts, but what I'm saying is like it's a novelty for me, like Casios. You know what I'm saying? Like I just like to collect it because it's a fucking Casio. But you know, when I want to do my true music and stuff, I go to my acoustical piano. Like I said, I want to be known as an acoustical person as far as the instrumentations and stuff. You know, oboe, even with the organ, like I said in past live streams, like I want more of the opportunities to play on truly acoustical organs that are truly being controlled. Maybe I'll just say the only electronics I'll allow in there is just if there's switches, because the console is movable. You know, the playing console, which I'll just say most concert halls it is. It's like they roll on and off the stage. But what I'm saying is I want all the pipes to be real. I do not want any digital emulations. I want real bellows and real sounds and real motors. Okay, and I want to play and experience with that. And I'm just saying, to have time on a large organ like that is not a lot of people get that opportunity. So I've had that opportunity a little bit, but I'm just saying it's not a lot. And like the organ at my church, while I do love playing it, I'll just say it may not have a lot of manuals, but what's nice about it, it has the full concert size foot pedal, and then also I can control the volume on the swell, grate, and the pedals. I'm just saying on so many organs you look at. I'm just saying just in general organs, you're not going to have all 3 foot pedals. You'll have 2, and then some of the really low end ones like 1, but most of them 2. And I guess when you get into some really fancy organ stuff, you know, then yeah, you're going to have huge manuals and you're going to be able to control everything. But I'm just saying for the average church, you know. So anyways, I'm just saying I like that because my Hammond, which that's another project, guys. I have to fix the Leslie speaker. I just got it for free. Okay, so the idea behind that was just, well, fuck. The guy was giving away the organ for free with a Leslie speaker, and it just so it works. Okay, the thing about it is it's like ghetto rig to work through an amp, but obviously your amp doesn't have the spinning speakers. So anyways, everything's there, all the circuitry's there, and it all works. The keys. Like, we're so stuck. I haven't done anything to the keys, but over a year of just sitting in my house, and again, I keep the humidity absolutely the same 100% of the year. You know, I always use the humidifier, or I'm using the dehumidifiers, or I'm using and make sure the air conditioning. And anyways, I'm just saying, just sitting there, it ungunked itself. And because on the left side of the Hammond, there's all these black keys, and they have combinations, is what I'm saying, in the cancel button. That's what I'm trying to say. The cancel key is supposed to make them all come up. And when I first got it, I thought the keys were broken, and I was like, that was the last thing I wanted to do. I was like, look, I can do a little bit of electronic stuff, and I can definitely refix the speaker. That, you know, that I mean that I say that's a little bit of a learning curve, but I'm saying that it's within my abilities to fix. But I'm just saying now, but once we start breaking down the keys, because I'm saying to get into the keys, you have to break the whole console apart. And so I'm saying that's I've tried to do it on so many electronic instruments, And that's kind of a telltale sign too, is also is when the keys are going bad, man, the whole instrument's fucked. So especially on a digital instrument, you know, once one of your sensors goes out and like it's not like you play piano and it just always comes up like maximum volume or it's dead. The whole fucking keyboard is dead. Okay, that's my experience. I played every fucking keyboard there has been in the past fucking 20 years. Every fucking brand. Chord, you know, the Roland V piano, and that bitch was $6,000. I played that bitch the first day it came out, and I played that bitch for an hour. I went to the Guitar Center, I was like, fuck you guys. And I just sat down and played that shit on full fucking volume. They didn't fucking care, okay? Because I'll just say, no one ever, I'll just say at least keyboardist, no keyboardist that's ever good ever goes into Guitar Center. And the thing, and it's not that they're not good, they want to go there. It's just because Guitar Center does not sell fucking good keyboards. Okay, that's just plain and fucking simple. You know, maybe they have one or two that you might want to go see as a demo model, like that Roland V piano, but that's it. They'll have 20 other pianos, and the only piano I wanted to play on was that fucking V piano. Okay, and that shit looked like my fucking like a stainless steel refrigerator. That's how that fucking piano looked. You know, it was like. It was funny, okay? But what I want to say, I played that bitch after 45 minutes on that bitch. I was like, this feels just like the Roland, just like their 700 GX or RX 700, and, you know, which is, I'll just say, is essentially like the best feeling keyboard in my opinion. You know, not only the feel of the keys, but the actual action of the keys. So, but what I'm saying is that shit feels fake to me after 20 minutes of playing. So yeah, I recognize it's just real upon first impression, but then. It's really, I start playing a piece that I want to play or just playing what I want to express, and then I instantly realize that just what a fucking limitation that it is. And so anyways, that's where I stand on all electronic instruments. That's absolute fucking limitation. And we're at the point with music now, with math and everything. Like, you got this dumb bitch just making all these fucking beats in like fucking DOS or a command prompt, you know, and she's like, I'm not calling her a bitch to be mean. This is what I said, okay? But what I'm saying, she's really fucking talented, okay? And she has no fucking instrument. That's what I'm trying to say. We're at this point where our math is so advanced and our input is so advanced, we do not need that anymore. And that's also why I'm against the human voice and why all the music of the Eagles is below my left foot. You know, just anyways. I just have to say that in the stream. I say it every fucking stream now. I'm gonna say it every fucking stream until that fucking copyright strike fucking expires. So how many more days I got now? I got like 68 more days, like 2.5 more months. Okay. So every time I fucking live stream, music of the Eagles is below my left fucking foot. Okay, and that's how shitty it is. And if you guys don't know what that means, or you're like, oh, this guy's funny. It's because when you go to other countries, one, you don't shake with the left hand, okay, because that's the hand you're wiping your butt with, okay. The right hand, it's just through all cultures. And then the other thing is, if you got to watch like Saddam Hussein, that's what it comes from. It's like stepping on your foot or putting your foot on people, especially your left foot. That is like the biggest disgrace, you know. And that's what I'm saying. That's why all their art. I mean, if you want to call it art, it's as sad as it is. I have to acknowledge that it's art, but I'll just say it has nothing to do with anything that I'm going to do or that I am doing. It's absolutely below me, behind me, in the past, and if anything, my shit sounds better than that. It's cleaner and more interesting, and more sanitary, more hygienic, just as fucking Franz Liszt would say. You know, fucking ew, non-hygienic music, man. Fucking COVID, get that shit away from me. Go back to fucking China. You know, that's the music of the fucking Eagles. Go back to fucking China, shitty fucking band. Okay. So anyways, you know, that's what I like talking about. This is what I like doing. I got a lot of stuff to show you guys, like I said, okay? So I guess I'll start a little bit. I'll slowly bring in some stuff. So what I want to show you here, one is, if you guys saw the maximum resolution on this Insignia, which okay, is a television, okay? It's kind of like a one-in-all television, except HDMI, VGA, okay, and composite, and it has a TV tuner. Okay, now this is legit, just straight up a computer monitor. It's an AOC. I looked it up. This is still going for like 40 to like 80 bucks. Okay, I paid full price. So I paid $13 for this. Okay, and I got the power cord. Okay, it's 21.5 inches, 920 by 1080. Okay, and what's most important is it has the DVI, because I don't want to use that stupid fucking DVI dongle and everything. And I have a DVI wire. I just want it to be nice, clean, and secure. You know, all these transferring or things that change, you know, unless it's like an HDMI to DVI where it's just like an HDMI at one end and DVI, then okay, I guess that works. But if you guys saw what I showed you yesterday, that dongle fucking looks stupid. So it's a hazard. What happens? I'm just saying, I just don't like shit hanging out from the back of the laptop, the computer. That's also why I thought about it. I'll just say on my other computer, the Wi-Fi antenna is completely separate. Okay, I guess you could say it's a nice Wi-Fi card. Or it's a PCI Express Wi-Fi card. Okay, and but it's like another part of the computer. And what I'm saying is, I want the computer to essentially just be its own rectangle, and nothing should protrude out in front or beside it, and only out the back wires. You know, you shouldn't have fucking antennas like tangled in with 1,000 fucking wires coming out at the same time, okay? Because that's what happens when you start hooking a lot of shit up. That's the last thing I want is the fucking Wi-Fi card back there, okay? And then what always happens is, yeah, you have those big fucking antennas, and they're supposed to give you better coverage, but look, you got like fucking dual video cards, you got fucking all these fucking wires coming out for your 5.1 speakers, I'm just saying, and then you got your keyboard, and you got your mouse, and you got all this dumb bullshit, and then you can't plug anything in. It's in the fucking way. Okay, and are you going to put that shit in the front of your computer and have that shit dongling in the front like a mustache or something? I don't know, not me. Okay, so anyways, that's why I went with this. It was the absolutely smallest. We're going to see how it is. Okay, so anyways, this is the AOC monitor. We're going to hook that up. I'm going to move that back down into my basement because that's just, it's a 1080p monitor, but I use it for television, okay? And that's what I'm going to use it for. I have three sets of Logitech 5.1 sets, all with the subs, okay? And they're all different, okay? The one I'm going to use with this one is like the top of the line one. They don't make it anymore. All the speakers are metal. They got cheaper. If you see the ones I use on my piano, my grand piano on there, those I forget what models they are, but what I'm saying is the majority of the speakers plastic is what I'm trying to say. So anyways, I had to fix one of the pins on the back. That was all that was wrong, but it was the power pin. So it's like if that pin is not touching, that doesn't work. Anyways, but it bangs. It fucking bangs. I'm just saying, if you guys know these that system, it's like 240 watts or something. That's like an ass ton of fucking power just for a fucking computer. Anyways, that's how I'm gonna game. Okay, we're also gonna try my Pro controller out with this Bluetooth. You know, like I said, I'm gonna put SNES on there, PS. So we're gonna do a lot of shit tonight. Once I get this shit hooked up to the internet, the first thing I'm gonna also do is download the Spectrum. You know, because I have Spectrum, I get their virus package or whatever, and so it's just whatever. I download it, and I got like, they let you put it on 10 computers or something, so I'll put it on this one. I only have one other computer it's on. So that's the monitor. Let me show you some other stuff. Okay, I think I showed you my VCR. Okay, I got a VCR for like, okay, this VCR is no joke, $80. Okay, it's a Panasonic. Okay. And it doesn't have the remote, but even without the remote, it's still more than $50. I got it for like $350, like less than that. So anyways, here is the package I got. This is some extra brittle straps because I pretty much went through all of them with the Wurlitzer piano, and I'm just having to be real careful. And essentially, I'm going to change them all now. That's what it is. I did not change them all because I didn't have enough, and I still just wanted to be able to play the piano, but all the other brittle straps, there's like 15 that are left in the base, or just whatever, base on the top. Though they're still attached, they're really stretched out. The tension is incorrect, and I don't want to bend that back wire to make up for it. And then I'll just tell you what I already know what happened is I tried to adjust the action earlier, like when I first got the piano, and then so I adjusted it so that the tension was correct, and they all broke. that's where I'm at with that. So anyways, I'm gonna change them all. So, and I hope you guys have seen, like, I mean, the piano is no fucking joke, light and day. Again, I wish I did that shit earlier when I got the piano. But again, I have so much shit to do, and you know, talking on my live stream too, you're like, well, then get off your live stream, stop streaming so much. Well, I'll just say this is how I wind down. This is how I chillax, and this is how I get my mind off bullshit. You know, because there was a lot of bullshit that happened today that I'm not really gonna talk about. My day was good. I'll just say my day was excellent. and I recorded a bunch of videos. You know, I just don't post online because I want to, but I'll just tell you, even with the videos that I do post online, people are confused. It's become less and less now. But what I'm trying to say is, I understand that people, they subscribe or they follow or whatever, or they maybe if they're not even following you or actively subscribing, people still come back to your channel, but they're coming back for a particular content, is what I'm trying to say. And so yes, the content for my channel for like essentially 10 years and forever has always just essentially been music. But like I said, my art is all engulfing. Everything I do is all engulfing. So I feel all my art and everything. It's like, you want to know why I play the way I play, how I play, or why this one day I played like this or whatever, you know, and it has to do with everything. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just not the music. That's what I've spoken about, like, to some other people. Like, I guess other people can have their own ways of doing their art, but I'm just saying, I'm not the type of person where you're going to wait 40 years in darkness and then I'm going to come out and say, yeah, I've been working on this theory in darkness for 40 fucking years, because no one's going to fucking care, you know, at that point. I mean, maybe they will. Who am I to you know, we don't know. Maybe they will or won't care, but what I'm saying is more people will probably admire the journey, is what I'm trying to say, rather than just that end product. And even when you have that end product, you're still gonna have the stupid fucking video. And if it took you 40 fucking years, the video is gonna be like 56 fucking hours long, because YouTube's gonna allow you to upload that much bullshit. You know, 56 hours, and it's like the last 40 years of my life. What have I been doing? You know, it's like, well, fuck, I don't fucking care, and I don't have time to watch that shit. So that's what I'm just trying to say. To me, that means nothing. To be an artist, to be an artist, and to be art means to constantly express and constantly not necessarily desire any sort of feedback or any sort of vibrations back from the expression, but it's the expression for the sake of expression. Okay, and that's what people don't understand about my music, and that's what people don't understand about my channel. You know, everything I post, if you guys have seen, every fucking video that I posted on my main channel now has just been live streams. Everything was done in one fucking take. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying that's what it was. No edits. Okay, and that's what it is, and that's what I like. I like no edits. You know, and to me, that's the most interesting type of art, and that's the most interesting. That's why I like improvisation. And I've spoken about this too, about you know, Pletnev and his analog thing, and how much they're like cutting that prelude, that last prelude in D minor like 60,000 fucking times. You know, whatever. Okay, I admire, I liked it, and for what the project is, I think that's a great example. But in the greater scheme of recording and distributing works, that is absolutely not the way to be doing things. Okay, so that's my spiel on that art and stuff. So anyways, yeah, this comes back to the organ. That Hammond organ is about to fucking bang, and I bought that so that I can practice the organ at home. So obviously, I've never practiced the organ at home. The only time I'm practicing the organ is when I'm at the church, and so that's one of the reasons I got that organ, because again, it was not one of those shitty Hammonds. It's a legit, real Hammond with all the drawbars, you know, and I can pull them out to all the numbers. And then the Leslie is not like an extra. I was just saying I could make it an external Leslie if I wanted to. But what I'm saying, it's still a fucking Leslie. Okay, it's just in the unit, and I like that because that's what I need. I don't need a fucking giant. I'm not in a church. Okay, I've seen and heard what these Leslie speakers can do, and how overwhelming they are to even just be in the presence in person when the speaker is not even on. You know, I was like, I had to take a step fucking back, and then they turned that bitch on, and I had to leave. You know, and that's the truth. Because I was like, I guess that music is good for you, but that's not part of my art. Okay, it'll be a part of my art, like very little. But you know, to do that shit for like days on and on and on, and call it worship, for me, that's below my left foot. And yeah, I'm sorry, that's the truth. You know, that's the truth of the art. And I'm just saying, look at any artist and anybody. Look at Flea, okay? He like deleted all the fucking videos from his site. You know, he released that one song which I posted was pretty good. Now he just wants to show himself playing trumpet, like a higher art. Not that the bass wasn't, But what I'm saying is the shit he's playing too on the trumpet is just straight up like just some 40s jazz shit. And I'm just saying, so he's not trying to do anything that anybody on YouTube or all these individual artists that only collaborate. You know, there's no big bands anymore. I've spoken about this. You know, about the Goo Goo Dolls. You know, that was kind of like the point of analogy, using them as the analogy of it's the epitome of what the 90s and a 4 and 5 piece band was, because it is non-existent now. Okay, so anyways, that's another conversation and stuff. I want to get that organ made. I want to show you the other bullshit I got. But this is also like my music talk, so I hope you guys appreciate my music talk. Alright. So these are all coming out. So this is what I'm going to be setting up for my room now. Okay? So again, I'm trying to get rid of the Spectrum service. Look, I got this T-Mobile Asus, or Asus, however you say it, TM-AC 1900, okay? And I looked it up, even though it says T-Mobile, you know, this is just for here, it's compatible with Spectrum. So, and I had to search for this power supply, guys. I couldn't believe they actually had it. It's the correct power supply. Look, it's the Asus power supply. And anyways, like I told you guys in the past, that the Spectrum shit that they give you, especially the wireless router, I suspect that that's the absolute sole reason why the majority of my reception for all my Wi-Fi is so bad everywhere in my house, because that's a piece of crap. So anyways, one, I have to move the router, and it's hard because the stupid fucking guy, when he came and did it, it's just my computer was in the front room, and so he screwed the fucking coaxial wire through the front of my house. And so what I'm saying is, this is like a thing where either I have to extend this wire, which I can, to somewhere else in my house, or I want to just go outside, which I'm not going to do right now or until the summer, and make a new hole and more in the center of my house. Okay, but anyways, and to have the router there, because the router is just like taking up fucking space all the way at the front of my house, where, yeah, my main computer is there, but I need my Wi-Fi in my fucking garage. You know how much of a difference would it make if I had the Wi-Fi router in this room right here, is what I'm trying to say. I'd still be able to use super fast speed in there, and I'd probably be able to catch shit in my garage. Okay, but anyways, look, I got this router. Again, I paid full price for everything today, and I couldn't believe they had this router for so cheap, because they had so much other Wi-Fi shit that was just straight up old, and they were wanting like $10, $14 for this. I'm just saying, go check out this router. You can look at the TM-AC 1900. It's like 80, 120 bucks still. You know, 60 cheapest. Okay, I got the power supply. I'm gonna take off the sticker now. So, anyways, this is what I'm saying. So, I'm not gonna do this first. We're gonna get this computer going first, but that's why I initially was trying to stream with my cellular data, so that I could still stream while I disconnect to set up the Wi-Fi. Okay. So, anyways, we got this. Okay. And I have also another router, another cable modem. It's supposed to be much faster, or whatever. It's that like DOCSIS like 3 or something. So I have not hooked any of that up yet. But once I get it hooked up, and then I'm able to test that it works, I'm going to return the Spectrum stuff, because I pay like that fucking rental fee every fucking month. It's like $15. Okay. Now the next thing I got. Now this is sweet. I'm real specific about these too. Okay. And again, this was kind of crazy too. One, I got a 6-foot HDMI cable with it, and I got the power cord. Okay. This is a Sony Blu-ray player with built-in wireless LAN. Okay. And they only wanted $6. And this is what I'm trying to say. This is like the best that you could get as far as these small units. Because they're really just trying to sell the DVD players for this. They're asking more, for like $10 for the DVD players. I couldn't believe this was a Blu-ray player. So this is a Blu-ray player that's wireless for $6. Okay, and I have a Sony remote, so I'll be able to use this. And you're like, why do I need this? Well, again, because I'm trying to have some shit out in my garage, and then also up in my attic, which is just it's a whole fucking process. Okay, I got that pull up bar, and I haven't even, all I did was bring up the poles and bolts, and all the bolts are still laying on the floor. I haven't touched anything. But anyways, but it's because I want to have shit up there. Now having this wireless LAN allows me to have that wireless connectivity up in my attic with all the non wireless televisions and stuff. Okay, so but more so. This is what I'm most excited about, guys. Okay, and again, I had to find a cord for this shit too. Okay, so I got this Epson projector. Okay, it's a 1080p projector. Look, it's got HDMI. Okay, so the native resolution for this, I believe, was 1080 720. Anyway, so it's missing this deal right here. I think this is the okay, so I'm gonna clean this out. This is the fan filter. There's a fan in the front right here. The bezel is cracked. I've placed this all back together, but it works. Okay, and just this little crack here, it doesn't affect anything. I already tested it out. It powers on, and it's still really bright. Okay, so see what I'm saying is, even though the lens looks like it's below here, that's how it's supposed to be, is what I'm trying to say. So anyways, it's got this annoying foot that just constantly comes out. Okay, so I'm just gonna take that. I also have the plastic things that repair it, but I'm gonna take that, and it turns on, and it's real sharp and everything. I mess with everything. Just that little bezel's cracked, and it was a little bit all out of the way, but I pushed it all back together, and once I powered it on and saw that it worked, I was like, okay, let's go. So I picked this up from a monitor that they had, but they let you do that, when you're buying electronics. And so I got this for $14. Okay, this projector is still going used for like $100, $100. And so anyways, yeah, I got a projector. So it's whenever I just want to feel like it, I don't know. I might put this in my garage or something. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I have two other projectors though. But they're those cheaper projectors. I'll just say they're newer than this, and they're still really nice. But what I notice so what I'm talking about are the projectors that are like $70 to $110 on Amazon. Okay, while they do project and they have good light, what it is you can never fully focus the tilt and also the edge of the screen. And what I'm saying, this Epson is completely fucking sharp all the way around. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, this is a real projector. So that's why I got the projector, because I'm hooking up this Blu-ray player to the projector, and that's going in my attic with my surround sound, and also I have a separate monitor and whatever for all that stuff. Okay, now this is fucking kick-ass too, right here, guys. So I paid full price for this. I really debated about this, but I was like, look, I'm not gonna come across this again. This is like a 180 millimeter fan, but look, it plugs in with a plug. So this actually is not made for computers. It's just like it's called like an axial fan. These things are fucking expensive. I'm not lying. I'm not sure if I'm looking at the right or incorrect stuff, but I mean, these are like in the hundreds of dollars. I don't know why they're so expensive. And anyways, so I can put it in the computer if I want. And man, this thing blows. I'm telling you, I had these Thermaltake Tornadoes. I don't know if they make them anymore, but I had all the Tornadoes hooked up to fan controllers too, so I could control their speeds. Those things were so loud, and I mean, they were like a blow dryer. But that's what I'm saying. This thing, it's a little bit loud. It's all one speed, so you need a controller to control the speed. But man, this thing moves air, and so I just got it because hey, I'm gonna have it in the future. I've been wanting to look it up, so I couldn't take the sticker off in the store. We're gonna look it up now. So this is a sun on. Hold on, let me cut this real quick. Okay. I just don't want all this stuff coming apart. So it's sun on. But man, no, this thing is legit loud, guys. And I mean, this blows so hard. So I'm gonna clean it off. We're gonna look it up. I'm gonna look this up right now. Sun on SP101A. Sun on SP101A. Let's see. I'm sure it's old, but let's just see if anything comes up. SP. Okay, it's coming up with vapes. 101A. Oh, okay, cool. It has it in here. It's coming up. Okay, so this fan's about $20, $15 to $20. Here's the new ones. So this is 120-inch by 38 millimeters. That's the size. I was saying 180. It's 120 millimeters. Still, I'm just saying that's perfect because 120 millimeters AC. So it's a $20 fan right here, guys. So if that's how much it is, $20. So I was thinking about putting it in there, and it's like if I ever want to like extreme game, then I can have like a dedicated plug and like switch it on and just switch on my super fan. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but it's just useful, and I like that it has the AC plug. I was actually thinking also about just making this into a fan, a personal fan, and building some kind of enclosure for it, you know, which wouldn't be that hard at all. It wouldn't be special, but then we got that. Okay. I want to heat my coffee back up real quick. Okay, I'm gonna feed my cats too, real quick, guys. So I feed them at 7:30 every day. It's an hour late today. Come on, boys. Kitties. So my white cat, he's got like really sensitive diet or something. So he gets urinary stones. So he's having a prescription diet. So all the food that they buy, or I buy them, I just feed them both, but it's prescription food. You hungry, baby guys? Come on, munch down. All right, let's see what we got next. I think that might be it. I'm going to find it, and yes, I will jump into the computer, guys. I know it's going slow. Oh, okay. And the last thing. Woo! The most important thing, okay? I got new CR2032 batteries. So while I put that Wi-Fi card in, we are also going to flip up the BIOS chip with one of these new batteries with one of these new batteries, and then I will finally be able to set the time and the date. And also, I think every time I'm restarting, it's reconfiguring the RAID. It's going back to default. So, anyways, this is gonna fix all those problems, and also so that when I turn it on, I don't get that dumb low voltage disclaimer every time, because that's where it's freezing. So now it should just turn on by itself. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna clear some stuff out of the way. I'm gonna let my cats finish eating. They eat really fast, and then I will clear this. I'm gonna go ahead and clear some small stuff out of the way. So So I tested all this stuff. Oh, I didn't test. I mean, if this plays, but this DVD player opens and closes. Okay, and we are getting rid of this monitor, the one in the back. So I'll show you the dongle if you guys didn't see it, because now I understand too. Like I tried to go back because I was trying to find the copyright and I just wanted to see what was going on in my videos. But that like if you're really trying to like search for something specific, especially when the streams get longer, it's like impossible to use that little small scrolling thing to find whatever excerpt of the video you want. But this is what I'm talking about. Here's the dongle, which it's the DVI to VGA adapter is what it is. I don't like it. I mean, it's nice to have because obviously I need it now, but I don't want to use it. Here we go, it's coming off. So that's awesome. That's what it looks like. We're not using this anymore. And this television is going back down in my basement to be used as a television. Okay, that television's not getting hooked up just yet. I just threw it down there. This wire's off to the side. Let's go with this wire. Let's put you back here. I'm going to wipe this down too, and then also I need to get the cord for it. The power cord. I mean, the screen was already really clear. I'll just say that's pretty rare with the look. There's only one scratch on this bezel, because most of the screens you get from the third story guys, they're always beat up or scratched or something. And this was the only true monitor they had. All the other all the other monitors that they had were those televisions, like that I was previously using, like the Insignia, where it's really a small television tuner that happens to have a VGA input. Okay, so there's like more fine cleaning, but I'll do that later. There we go. This it uses like an AC plug. Okay. I did not even power on this monitor. I probably should have. I really should have. But we're just gonna trust that I bought one that works. Okay. Okay, good. Is there anything in the screen that you see? Let's see. We're gonna get closer to the screen now, guys. There we go. So we're going to power it on first before I disable it. I just want to see how this monitor looks. Okay, we got the DVI cables going on here now. With only one video card, I removed the other video card. That also seemed to be a part of the issues. I don't know why. Like when I removed the second video card, the hardware started working better. Okay, there we go. Got this. Ooh, there we go. This is plugging in very nicely. Okay, that's plugged in. Here. I just want to see, because I want to see the desktop at a higher resolution. That's what I want to see. Because that 1080, that resolution I had yesterday, that was like legit VGA resolution. I mean, like you should have had a CRT monitor for that to be watching those kind of resolutions. And it's hard to believe too that that's what computers were back then with those resolutions. Okay, so these screws kind of aren't screwing in all the way. We're gonna go with it. I'm gonna give you guys a better angle now. We're gonna get the computer angles to see what happens now. Okay. Here we go. I think everything's plugged in. Let's go. Power. So also the other screen had an issue when the computer went into sleep mode or the screen went into screensaver and it came back up, the screen would not be fully stretched. It was only like in 4:3 ratio. Okay, so let's see what we can do for the resolution. See what the display settings say now. Display. Okay, so this is, I think, yeah, I cannot do a higher resolution until I upgrade upgrade this video card. Or get the drivers. That's what I'm saying. That's why I need to be able to get online. Because look, it's not even... Okay, well that's cool. So that's how the screen looks. It looks like it's working so far. So we're gonna shut it down. I'm gonna put in this wireless card, and we're gonna change the battery out. So I gotta go get my tools again. So give me a second. I didn't think about that. I'm sorry, guys. About all my tools are still in my car. Here we go. We're gonna get started. Okay, we'll just be safe. I unplugged everything. Let's see what you guys are seeing. Okay, cool. So you guys hopefully can see maybe what I'm going to be doing. I'm adding these two things. Changing the battery. Okay, the battery is not super hidden, but it's back there. Okay, how do we open this up again now? It's weird. Okay, never mind. The battery's easy. Very easily accessible. So it's kind of crazy. If you guys can see that's the CPU heatsink, and then they got these fans in here, and they got this little thing that goes over the RAM, and the RAM is just all open, and that's the cooling solution for this, which I just think is really weird. You know, it's like, I guess that's a nice heatsink or whatever. I like heat sinks that look cool. So here we go. We're gonna pop this out. I got this little Acme tool. Just pull it out. Let's see, how does this come out. I remember people saying because you can easily break this. So that's some cable management. Massive. Awesome. So, got that out. Okay, here's the old battery. Looks like a battery. It's going in the trash. Okay. Now we got some new Duracells. And I bought this pack of 4 because it's so much cheaper to buy 4 than 2. Yeah, it is 4 than 2. Okay, I'm gonna put the rest in my refrigerator. Oh yeah, so I forget they make these batteries so hard to open, so like you cannot steal them in the store. This is one of those things I change now, and I hope to essentially never changes again for a long time. Look how hard they make these batteries to open, guys. This is ridiculous. I'm telling you, no child is getting into this, and if anything, they're gonna die of choking on this plastic, trying to eat the plastic because they can't get to the battery. So this battery, it fell down in there. Great, it fell in a horrible spot. Okay. There we go. I'm pretty sure it went with the round side down. It's a lot easier to put in than that went in so easily. So guys, here's the internal USB port right here. You see right there? So that is where the wireless is going now. Right here. That's what I'm saying. That is just so cool to have this in here, the internal USB. I don't know what they used it for, but this makes me feel like the older computers, sometimes they had like little things and you could just easily upgrade the RAM and stuff, and you just put it in there like it's all modular. So I don't want to force this in. It's like this port has never been used, so it's like really, really firm. There, straight in easily. That is easy. Oh my god. Okay. I'm going to put this, clean up a little bit, put this back into these batteries in my refrigerator. Okay. It's pretty easy. That's easy to close everything. That was it. Yeah, I didn't really do much. Okay. Look at that. Look how flimsy that is, guys. I don't like that. I'm a fan of like the hard drives either being in a cage or being screwed in with all 4 screws on all 4 sides. So this went like this. This is upright. So now I know how to put this back together. It's easy, but the first time I tried to put this side panel on, I was like, how are you supposed to do this? So there we go. Let's plug everything back in. Mouse is there. Plug my keyboard in. Let's plug in the audio. Got a bump in 2-channel audio. And here we go. Here. Let's give you guys a better screen. So you see my other speaker. So yeah, turn it on. Let me get this leveled. I don't want it to be on that pad. Here we come with the monitor. We're gonna plug this back in. Untangle all these wires. Okay, that's in. That's in. Power for the monitor. Okay. that it? That's everything? Okay. There's the other speaker. All right, let's power it on and see if we got Wi-Fi, guys. Okay, I need to plug in the, sorry, there you go. Okay, so hold on, I want to set up the time. This is already coming up all different now. This beginning part. Okay, I want to set the time and date. Oh man, look at the default date. Okay, that's when this was manufactured, 2013. So this machine is actually later. I think that the first T3500s, people were saying they came out in 2009. So this came out. Okay, so today is 27, right? 27. Okay, that's definitely not the month is 12. Come on. What just went wrong? Okay, there we go. Okay. 12, 27, 25. So this is only 13 years old. 12 or 13 years old. 25, okay? Time. Is this in, okay, 8:08. I always add 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna put 50, I'll put 58. Because by the time I'm done, it's gonna be done. Okay, and it's PM, P. Okay, did I save it? Did I save the time? Perfect, cool. Save the time, okay? Boot sequence. Yeah, that's cool. I believe I have to put on this setting or else it won't boot. Yes, enable smart reporting. Okay, external serial okay. No. System config. Integrated USB controller. Miscellaneous. Video. Just have one video card. Performance. So here again, I think this is so weird. Why would you not want hyperthreading? Why would you not want hyperthreading enabled, guys? Why is that default to be off? But they have the default for multi-core to be on. Okay. Okay, I think I can adjust also what happens now when the power comes on now. That it won't just auto on. AC recovery. Power off. Okay, good. Power off. Okay, do not want auto to low. Okay, I don't care about low power mode. Okay, I do not want fast boot. I never like fast boot, guys. I like to see the full. It's only like 3 seconds. I like to see the full boot screen. All right, let's go. Do we have Wi-Fi? We know the battery works. I better not like immediately get a virus or something. You know, just from being online now, because that just seems like that's just what happens. Okay, this is definitely taking a lot longer than before. Way longer than before. I've never seen it. Or is this the boot screen that they're talking about? Is this slow boot or is this fast boot? Okay, no, it's doing. This is doing something with the hard drive. The hard drive light is going crazy. Can you guys see it or not? It's that one right there. Okay, that's cool. We're gonna let it do what it's doing. I don't know why it's going so slow this time. This screen has always been like half a second. I bet you it's that USB thing I plugged in. The wireless USB. That's probably what it is. It's probably hanging, waiting, thinking. I bet you I need to disable it. I bet you that's what it is. Disable the boot from the USB. We're gonna let it go. Yeah, I have no idea what it's doing, guys. It did not do this before. Okay, we're gonna go boot options, F2. Let's see what we got. It's clearly doing something right now. Okay. We're gonna let it go again. Okay, I'm gonna disable that real quick. Please don't tell me you have to wait for this whole thing to go to enter setup. I should probably put that USB thing in the back then, on one of those back panels then. I bet you that's might be an issue. Okay, I'm gonna turn the fast boot off and see what happens. Because that is way too long. Okay. Oh, USB controller, no boot. Woo! There you go. Okay, that's definitely one. Okay, we're gonna try that. Oh my god, what's taking so long? It's going slow as shit. Oh my god. Great. Okay, guys. Okay, F this, okay? Look. I'm gonna remove that thing real quick. This is going like way too slow. It's clearly holding it up. Luckily, this is really easy to unplug. For right now, I'm gonna leave it open, guys. All right, let's go. Okay, good. Look, it didn't turn on by itself. Okay, it was only doing that because the battery's dead. Now it's not turning on. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, it's still going super slow. Okay, that was definitely that fast boot. Okay, I'm definitely keeping that fast boot on. I didn't realize, man, that thing was going slow. I have a feeling that this is not doing anything. It's not going to work. I don't know if you guys didn't see, but like the hard drive wasn't showing up the last time I was in here.
Look, every time I come to the screen, it's different. Have you guys noticed that? You know, until I can get the BIOS screen to come up again where the two drives show up separately, it's not going to start up. I don't know what I did differently, guys. Yeah, see, every time I come into here, it's it's different devices. Oh my god, this is how you have to do it. You're supposed to use shift or something. Page up. Never mind, this is if you're using two things. Yeah, never mind. Okay. We're only booting off one drive. Okay, good. This isn't gonna work. Okay, let's try it again. Oh my god, there we go. So freaking stupid, guys. Okay, so I still want to put this in the internal USB. So if I get this to start up, we're going to shut it down and I'm going to put this back in. Okay, look, I got this screen. That's so dumb. So I have to turn the RAID controller on so that the RAID controller can know that the drives are not in RAID configuration. So fucking stupid. I'm telling you, every other RAID card I've ever used in the past has been a separate RAID card. I just say I don't like the BIOS on this Dell. That's what it is. This BIOS is just like ass. Oh my god. There we effing go. There we go. Okay, yes. We're going to shut it down and we're going to restart it back up and we're going to shut it down and restart it back up again, guys. Okay, let's just play tune real quick. No, sorry, I can't play tune because I'm going to get copyright. We're going to shut down and we are going to turn it back on. You guys see the power. There, it's just shut off. All right, here we go. Let's power on. Okay, now I don't mind the power button so much, guys. Now since I see that it's just controlled by the BIOS, but man, I'll just say it was annoying when it was plugging in and automatically turning on. Here we go. 1 terabyte, 180 gigs. Or 280 gigs. I'll plug the sound in. I did. Yeah, I don't hear any sound. Okay, we're going to test some sound. Okay, the sound's working. Okay, we're gonna shut it down, and we are gonna put. Okay, this is the whole purpose of this. And I, by the way, guys, I paid $2 extra to get this shipped today. Okay. And I'm excited. I am really excited to use this because this is USB, USB and Wi-Fi. Okay, I'm gonna wait for that to click off. Okay, I like this computer. As long as it's working, I like it. Just troubleshooting this computer is not fun, guys. Here we go. I'm gonna put this in the internal USB. Okay, it's in. Okay, guys, and we are gonna see, do we have internet? And then how fast is it? That's the first thing. I'm gonna speed test, okay? And whatever, it's with my old Spectrum crappy wireless router, but that's gonna be the speed test. Okay, cool. It's starting up. It's perfectly fine. I think this should just be plug and play. The way these things are, it's like the drivers are like on the unit. I'm pretty satisfied with this 10K drive too. This is not an SSD startup too. This is I'm using a physical hard drive, guys. Okay, T3500, let's go. Okay, do we got internet? Okay, let's do add. I put the control panel down here. We gotta add new hardware. Let's see if it is even in here. Let's see if it shows up. Okay, so my monitor, desktop, it's not showing up, guys. Okay, let's do add a device. I thought this thing should just be plug and play. That or the USB isn't on the board isn't working. Okay, cool. I don't care. I'm gonna just unplug this USB right now. Okay, it is on. It is on. It did recognize it. Okay, let's plug it in again. Okay. Oh, okay, it's showing up as disk is what it's showing up as. Okay. Okay, so let's read the directions that they gave us, okay? I thought this should just be plug and play. Okay, it's not simple, lightweight, easy to set up. Driver free. Okay, this is not. Okay, all I say is I plug this in and this shit ain't working. Okay, let's browse files. Okay, let's go into Windows Explorer. Is it showing us a drive or something? Okay, it's showing up as a CD drive, guys. Oh, very weird. It's showing up as a drive, okay? Now let's install it. Woo! Interesting. Yes. Let's go, baby. Ready to install. Come on, I want some high resolution screen. Oh my god, that is so cool, guys. So that USB is working in there. And also these MP3s, I want them on that storage drive. So the first files I'm putting on this drive. Let's see how fast that copied. Okay, that was how many megabytes I just copied. Okay, that was about 600 megabytes I just copied from a physical hard drive to another physical hard drive. Okay. So now what happens? Oh my god. Oh my god, look. Okay, I got internet. Okay, let me go. I gotta go get my password key. So this is what it is, guys. I'm gonna keep this box for now just so I can keep showing you guys. Probably for future reference too. But this is legit, guys. It's working. We're gonna see. Okay. Sorry, I gotta go get my password. Okay. Okay, let's see if we go. Do you want... Okay, I guess I got a home network with 2 computers now. I'm going to allow them to talk to each other. Oh my god. Effing Wi-Fi. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is these display adapters. So actually, I'm gonna shut down the computer. I want to see if the Wi-Fi comes up again, just regular now. And what kind of signal are we getting? How many bars is it saying? Doesn't tell us bars. Okay, cool. Okay, whatever. I should really change my the router's name. I've always just kept it a Spectrum setup. And like you look in my neighborhood and everybody's like Spectrum setup 41, Spectrum setup 51, and I'm Spectrum setup 61. You know, oh, this is kick-ass, guys. I love having effing internet. Okay, cool. I'm gonna close up this side. I think I'm good. Okay, we're gonna close this up. You guys see that snap? Okay, I like to keep my cases closed unless they have that mirror. Okay. We have effing internet. Okay, let's power on. Let's go. I'll put this here so you guys can see what I have. I'm gonna get my Pro controller out. So I'm telling you, gaming is something that is going to be shown on here. That's my Pro controller, guys. So I got this Pro controller. So let me see if it's still... I got power on here? Maybe not. I probably don't have power. Okay, I'll just say this controller, guys, is effing amazing. I never charge it. And it always keeps a charge. You know, and then when I do need to recharge back up, it charges back up. I think it's already trying to connect. Okay. All right, well, anyways... We're going to leave that here too. Kind of in front of the screen. So it looks nice and pretty. Okay, look, it already downloaded new. It's already downloading shit. You see, I got like new backgrounds already. And so that's what I don't like about anything right now, Windows. So, okay, so it's showing I got like 3 bars is what it's saying here. Okay, so we're gonna get a web browser. Right now, all I got is Microsoft Edge, so we're gonna have to use Microsoft Edge, okay? But, what is wrong with this? Okay. What are we gonna get? I'm gonna go double do that. Google. We're gonna get Chrome. Google? Maybe later. Okay, no internet access. Okay, now I have internet access. Okay, it's like I do and don't have internet. Well, Google ain't even showing up, guys. How am I not connected? Okay, it's saying I don't have internet. It's like connecting and disconnecting. That's really annoying. Okay, we're gonna try it again. Google. I'm like connected and not connected, guys. Okay, let's disconnect. See, what I like about this is you can hear all the shit it's doing in the background with the hard drive. With an SSD, you can't hear that. And that's what I'm saying. It's only doing this shit because it downloaded shit. Can't connect to this network. Okay, let's forget it. Okay, we're not going to share. Knowing what it is, I bet you that stupid Spectrum router banned me. That's probably what it is. They probably banned me from using. I got to go on there and allow myself to use the internet or something. Let's see if I can connect to my extension. I forgot the password for this extension. Oh, okay, great. Okay, I'm connected there. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm connected to my extension, my Wi-Fi extension, but unable to connect to the actual router. Or is it just I cannot use that? Is that what it is? I can't use Edge online or something? I gotta like download Firefox on a USB or something, or what? Can I go to YouTube? Okay. I'm gonna go get Firefox on a USB, guys. All right. Will Chrome install? I mean, if this was the case, guys, I don't know how you would be able to. Okay, let's see if I can connect to the internet. It's not. I can't connect to the internet. It's like it shows up that I'm connected, but I'm not connected. Fucking play my butt. Okay. Clearly, I cannot connect to the internet, guys. I don't know. Do I have to allow this computer or something? Because there's a Spectrum app for the router. Okay, it says I'm connected. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go see if I have to allow this computer or something. Actually, I have to do it on. Okay. I keep getting kicked off my own network, guys. Or I'm wondering that the signal is just really, it's just poor. That's why I can't connect. Where is- Look, it's like this. The second I try to connect to the internet, it disconnected me. Does this have to do with the firewall? Oh my god, this is probably allow an app. Edge.
different mail like unidentified network, no internet secured, and if you are getting any related problem when your Wi-Fi is connected and you're not able to access the internet, like on my end, if I click on the network icon, so you can see it says connected and it says no internet. And it's only happening with this device because I can access the same Wi-Fi on other devices. Okay, so let's move with the solution. What you will have to do first, click on your Windows search, type CMD, right click on the command prompt, run as admin, then click on yes. The black window will be up. Now here you have to run 4 different commands that you will be getting in the description so you can copy and paste. So the first command will be netsh space winsock space reset. Hit the enter key.
You fucking serious?
space NT space IP space reset. Again hit the enter key. Hit the enter key. Next will be NATSA is IN space IP space re again hit the enter key. Then you have to type NATSH space INT space IP space reset P colon // reset log .txt. Hit the enter key again. And now the last command will be IP config space / DNS. Again hit the enter key. Now once all these commands are completed, next what you have to do, close it, click on your Windows search, type reset. In this edition, we will be getting the network. Once all these commands are completed, next what you have to do, close it, click on your Windows search, type reset. In this edition, somewhere you will be getting the network reset option. Click on it. Again, click on it now. Then click on yes. And once it's been resetted, now you will have to restart your computer and check back again. I'm very sure that your problem will be fixed. But in case still if you have the problem, then what you will have to do next, right click on the Windows icon. Then from the suggestion, click on Device Manager. The Device Manager will be up. Now here you have to look for network adapters. Double click on it. Then you have to look for the Wi-Fi adapter. Right click on it. Then click on Uninstall Device. And again click on Uninstall. Once it will be uninstalled, you will have to restart your computer, restart your modem. And once the computer gets restarted, again if you click on the Wi-Fi icon, check the status, you will find that the internet has been connected and you will be able to access the internet connection. Okay, so these were the best and the easiest fix that surely help you to fix the problem. Internet has on your computer, laptop, your device, very sure that your problem will be fixed. Now, then click on yes, and once it's been resetted, now you will have to restart your computer and check back again. I'm very sure that your problem will be fixed. But in case if you have the problem, then
Okay, he says my problem should be fixed. Let's see if this worked. This is so stupid. This is a fresh install. Why is this so hard to connect to the internet on a fresh install, guys? I've never had this much trouble just trying to connect to the internet, just trying to install the dumbest devices. The hard drives, I've never had this hard of a time trying to install hard drives to get them to work. Stupid RAID BIOS. Okay, let's see if I have internet, okay? Okay, it's not connected. Let's see. Router, the connection I want is not showing up. Okay, here we go. I bet you it's not going to work. Exactly, cannot connect to this network. Let me go see if I have a stupid password right. I had it right. Wrong one, stupid. All right, we are gonna put this in the back and another USB port and see if that changes it, guys. Okay, we're gonna plug this in the back and see if it works in one of these. Guys, I thought I would just be able to plug this in and I'd be surfing the internet. This is, I think, retarded that this is taking this long. Even when I remove it. All right, I'm gonna go see if I can find updated drivers for this, guys. As dumb as that sounds, I'm gonna just see. Just I'm like no longer able to access the drivers anymore on this plug and play thing. Guys, you're retarded. I'm only able to get the drivers off this USB thing by going on the other computer. That's so dumb. Look, I can't get this program out without using another computer. Yes, override it, please. Okay, now it's installed again. Let's restart. Alright, I'm gonna get some grub going, guys. Some ghetto grub. I'm also gonna take off my shirt. Not my clothes, but just this outer shirt. Because while I'm cooking, I don't like to get my nicer clothes dirty sometimes. Or all the time. Sometimes I'm just too lazy to take my shirt off. Here we go. I'm starving, guys. This is taking way too long. I mean, this is why I effing hate Dell. I just wanted a cheap computer. Look how crappy this pizza is. Like, where's the cheese, guys? So I always have to do a lot of shit, but like, look at this. That is a pizza? No way. So like the cheese was on the bottom and it was like stuck like this. So anyways, I add a lot of other shit on there because it's literally, this is the crappiest pizza you can buy, guys. What's up, Kitty? I just added on a lot more cheese. You want some ham, little kitty? You want some ham, little guy? You want some more? Want some more ham, little guy? Look, heat up. Oh, why don't you eat that food? Eat food for you, big boy.